Hello, everyone. So, hi, BTS playlist for Army, Right Place, Wrong Person, Celine, Microcosmos, Lisa, Guadalupe, Charlotte, Christy, Lynn. How is everyone doing? So, as you can see, the title, everyone is pissing me off. Everyone. The fandom, YouTube, um, people outside of the fandom, K-pop fans. What's happening? Everything's happening. Everyone is pissing me off. Everyone. Let's get negative. No, you know what? Every single day, I think something happens, something negative happens, and I know that I can focus on the positive, so that's what I do. Um I try to ignore like the negative things. But when there's just too much, I need to talk about it. I need to talk about it. We lost the voting. Yes, that is one of the things. That is the most recent thing. Okay, so I have actually a list of things that pissed me off today. So as you can see, this is the thumbnail because um I've just been today I wanted to do something positive. Supposedly in the morning or some hours ago, I was supposed to do like a fun stream about your predictions and I wanted to do something fun and have some fun and read some of your lighthearted BTS predictions. It was supposed to be a fun day. I had to cancel that presentation that I had. I had to cancel that community post that I planned because I am pissed off. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I canceled this stream. We're probably going to do it next week. So yeah, not predictions anymore. At least not for today. Let's do it next time. Sounds fun. Yes, it was supposed to be very, very fun. I even prepared the thumbnail here. As you can see, it was a very fun thumbnail to make. But yeah, I had to change it because I cannot be positive right now. I mean, I want to be positive, but I cannot have fun right now. So many things have been happening. Let's start with number one. Oh, before I actually start, I wanted to talk about. I received some emails and messages about this community on Twitter. Um, I'm not related to this community at all. I'm not related to this community at all. I know it has the same name, but once again, I am not the owner of the word Boracity or Boracity. Bora City was supposed to be like Las Vegas when BTS was there. So I don't own Bora City, and I don't want to own Bora City. In any case, I am Bora City Magazine. So yes, no relation to this. I have no idea about this community. Some people like it, some people don't like it. I don't know. I genuinely cannot say anything if I like it or I don't like it because I genuinely don't know about this community. So yeah, not related at all. And once again, it's not like I want to take it down or something because I am not the owner of Bora City. Like we are all the owner of Bora City, I guess. It's a fandom thing. Um, in any case, it's Bora City magazine. But yeah, just a disclaimer for that. So let's start with what I actually wanted to talk about today. Number one. So my sister and I mentioned it on Friday's stream, and I also did a community post for this. So J Hope is going to perform Killing It Girl at M Countdown. And as you can see here on my community posts, I did this graphics. some information about the pre-vote, and some information about the Twitter polls and the predictions and all of this. And I tried to explain a little bit of how you can help with this. It was very, very easy. So yeah, the voting now is closed, and unfortunately, yesterday we were leading. So we were number one. Killing a Girl right here, it says it's number one with 42.9%, and this other song was number two. Unfortunately, last minute, some hours ago, the other fandom surpassed Killing It Girl. So Killing It Girl is now number two. So the voting is closed. We landed in second place. That is it. There's nothing more. There's nothing more to do when it comes to this specific one. There is still other votings that we can still participate in. But yeah. So here's the thing about this voting. People are very, very disappointed. People are saying that this is so frustrating because we keep telling you guys to vote and people don't vote. It's very sad, very disappointing, especially now because J-Hope is going to perform. So he's probably going to stand there, and if he loses, he's going to clap for the other group. So yeah, that's it. I still wanted to talk a little bit about exactly why we are losing, because sometimes I feel like it's a very complicated thing. I'm frustrated in every single sense of the word because I feel like armies are very, very angry and negative and disappointed, and rightfully so. I also am. But we also need to know and consider these are not excuses. These are the real motives why we are losing. So as you can see here, M Countdown counts digital, physical, SNS YouTube, SNS TikTok, pre-voting, broadcast, and live voting. So when it comes to the digital, we have to realize that this is what I've read. So correct me if I'm wrong. Killing It Girl is not on every Korean platform. Killing It Girl is not in every single streaming Korean platform. So in that sense, it's a negative for J-Hope. That's number one. Number two, Killing It Girl was released on a Friday. So compared to the songs released on Monday or before that, J-Hope is not going to get a full tracking week. It's only 3 days. So we were already at a huge disadvantage from the very beginning. Usually, we don't try for the first week because it's only 3 days. It's only 3 days. We usually try for the second week because we at least have 1 full week of tracking. But for this one, we only had 3 days. We usually wouldn't even try. Yeah, some people are saying the 19 plus thing. Maybe that is the reason why it's not on all Korean streaming platforms. So in that sense, that is why it's 2,000 points instead of the 5,000 points compared to the other songs. It has a 19 rating, explicit, yes. So that is the digital. Next, we have physical. And as you can see, Killing It Girl has 0 points because we don't have any albums, physical albums. So J-Hope has 0 points in that sense. Next, we have SNS YouTube. And actually, we were doing pretty well on YouTube. As you can see, 281 points compared to the other ones. It's pretty up there. Then SNS TikTok, we don't really know. It's a question mark. Now, here's the thing about the pre-voting. The person or the song that wins the pre-voting gets 1,000 points. And depending on the gap, the second place, the third place, the fourth place, they received a similar amount of points. Before, remember, J-Hope was number one, but very close was this other song at number two. It was very, very close. The gap was very, very small. So we used to have, we were supposed to get 1,000 points, and the other song, because they were so close, they would get around 900 points. Now, I believe that it's going to be the opposite. This other song is going to get 1,000 points, and Killing a Girl is going to get around 900 points. Because yes, we are number 2, as you can see here. We ended up being number 2. But the gap is very, very small. The gap is 0.2%. So even if we ended up being number 1, the gap was going to be so small that we were both going to get about 1,000 points. The actual thing that we were supposed to do was win by a huge gap, not win by a little small percentage. So yeah, we lost. It's second place. So that's that. Next, we have the broadcast and the live voting. Now, this can change the predictions for J-Hope, yes. However, because the other predictions are so long, because the other numbers are so low, we don't even know if J-Hope is going to be part of the live voting. That's how low it is. So hopefully he gets to be part of the live voting and get the 1,000 points. Like it's such a crazy thing. Like it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing because we were not just supposed to be number 1 on the pre-voting. We were supposed to be number 1 by a huge margin, but we were not. We were actually number 2. So yeah, now J-Hope is going to perform at M Countdown, and that's that. I mean, what is going to happen? I don't know. Hopefully, at least, he gets to the live voting. Here's the other thing. Like I mentioned, we don't usually attempt for number 1 when there's 3 days of tracking. We usually try the second week. It's just all of these things that are against us. And I want to consider them because sometimes I feel like armies just blame. And other people are just excuses. However, there is some value to both arguments, in my opinion, because it is true. We should have tried harder. Yes. We should have voted harder. Yes. But at the same time, like I mentioned, we have 3 days of tracking. That's number 1. The other fandom allegedly are using cloning apps. So like I mentioned here on my instructions, you can vote 5 times per device. When you have a cloning app, you can vote multiple times per device. And that is not supposed to be allowed. That is not supposed to be allowed. But allegedly, other fandoms are doing it. I didn't even know about this cloning thing until armies were like, look at this. The other fandom is using cloning apps. Jin also won only second week. Yes, because winning the first week with only some days of tracking, it is very, very difficult. I also saw some people saying, oh, but back in 2018, 2019, we used to win the first week with just 3 days of tracking. And it's like, but can you see how different it is? Can you see how different it is? Compare this to the Boy With Love era, for example. There were also 3 days of tracking and BTS still won every single week, including the first one with just 3 days of tracking. Why? Number 1, because BTS is BTS and we have to accept that. BTS is going to receive more attention than a solo project, any solo project. Even think of the most promoted solo projects, Jungkook and Jimin. Still, they were not a number 1 for weeks and weeks and weeks. It is a different situation and we have to accept that. We have to accept that. That's number 1. Number 2, Boy With Love is more friendly to K-pop audiences and is not 18 plus or 19 plus on Korean streaming platforms. If at least was on some Korean streaming platforms, Killing a Girl, it will probably have more than 2,000 points, maybe more. There are so many reasons, and these are not excuses. This is the reality. Now, knowing that this is the reality, we should have been even more like we have to do this because we are at such a big disadvantage that we need to make this even bigger. We cannot promote as normal, like, oh yeah, like this is a regular song and J-Hope is performing. No, it has to be more than that, more than that. So yeah, I mean, even if we won first place, nothing would have changed. I'm sorry, that is the reality. Because yesterday we were winning by such a small margin that the second place would also get around 900 points. And that helps with nothing. That helps with absolutely nothing. We had to win with a huge margin. So second place cannot get 900 points, but I don't know, 500 points, like way less than that, way less than that. So winning or losing, we were losing. I think part of it is that the fandom is more and more global and they don't think these awards are important, if that makes sense. That's the other thing. I saw a comment and I don't know how to feel about that, so you let me know. You know how army fandoms around the world, of course, they help in every single voting for everything, right? But we try to concentrate on our own countries. So, for example, I'm from Peru, so I call my radio stations. And people in the US, they focus on buying albums in the US for the Hot 100. I believe that there should have been a way bigger initiative from Korean armies. Now, I don't know if I'm correct in this one, but I only saw mostly international armies looking at this and promoting this. Where are the Korean armies? And even if they are, why are there no projects or more like context? Because I knew that we had to vote and I voted, but I didn't realize how urgent it was, how the disadvantage was this big. We were such a big disadvantage, guys. The song is 19 plus, so is lowered. Physical, we have 0. So all of those kind of things. Why were not some armies like urgently saying, by the way, this is what's happening? People are just repeating, vote, 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 like any other week. But this is not that type of week. This is not like any other voting. This is not like any other case. Why is physical on 0? Because J-Hope did not release an album, a physical album. So there's 0 points on that. Guys, I'm scared. What if we're never back? Is it possible we lost the spark? Now, listen, you're not listening again. This is why I like talking about every single aspect, because some armies are like, we lost, we are horrible, we are not as organized as before. And all of that is true. Like, we were not as organized as before. But at the same time, look at our chances, like, look at our situation. We have 0 physicals. There are only 3 days of tracking. And look at this, like, the YouTube numbers are pretty good. They are higher than the others. So it's not like we were doing completely horrible. It's just that it's unfortunate that he's going this first week. And people, it's frustrating because I didn't know how urgent it was, because every single time when I have a stream, people say, vote for this and vote for that and vote and vote and vote. And I'm like, okay, I'm voting. But sometimes I don't even know exactly this image, you know? I know that I have to vote. So also for M Countdown, it's extremely easy. So I just go to the app that I already have. I leave my 5 points and then I go to my laptop. I go to my other account. I leave my 5 votes. And then I do the same the next day. It's extremely easy. But this is not that that regular situation. Voting just one time was not enough. And I didn't know this. And I believe so many armies didn't know how urgent it was, because we were at such a big disadvantage. The disadvantage that we are with this song is huge. And I didn't know. And like I said, I didn't even know that there was like this cloning up. I didn't know. It's just that these voting things, they can be so complicated. But for the M countdown specifically, I always vote because for M countdown, it's extremely easy. It literally takes about what, 30 seconds to vote? Is it even true? I've looked at, like, I can confirm personally from at least some. Now, if this and the entire fandom did it, I don't know. I don't know. But the cloning thing does exist. Now, I don't know if the whole fandom did it, probably not. So, yeah, that is where we are. And like I said, even if we won by a little, like, even if we won with these numbers from yesterday, the result will be almost the same. The result will be almost the same because we had to win by a huge margin. So, yeah, I don't know. So, what can we do? Now, now you know, right? Now you know that this is not a regular um voting like we used to do with other songs. This is urgent because there are only 3 days of tracking. So what I'm going to do is, so right now I'm leaving on the description box of this stream, there are some links. I have links for all of these shows that J-Hope is going to perform. Like if he's going to lose this one, he cannot win, he cannot lose the other ones, you know? Now you know we are at a huge disadvantage. We are at a huge disadvantage. So we have to go even crazier. Can you guys see it on the description box? I'm leaving links for every single app that you have to download or create an account. And there's also what's it called? There's also a tutorial. And yes, he's going to attend, guys. He's going to be there. He's going to perform and he's going to, you know, those videos when they wait for the numbers and then they see who wins. J-Hope is going to be standing there. So please, it is urgent. It is urgent. If you cannot see it, please refresh. Try refreshing. The ALLCHART app is a mess. It is. It is horrible. The Mubeat app, that one is way easier. The easiest one was M Countdown, but that is over. So maybe next week. So yeah, these are the other shows that J-Hope is going to perform. Music Bank, Music Core, and Inkigayo, and you can vote on these platforms. The tutorials are in the description box of this stream. It's so disappointing even though I voted with 3 accounts for M Countdown. I feel frustrated and sad. Yes, I also am frustrated and sad. And what makes me feel at least a little bit better is that there is a part of the fandom that worked really hard. So the ones who voted, you can be like, at least you tried your best. But we need to do something about letting everyone else know, because I feel like it's always the same people voting. Also, remember that the voting section, that is important, but that is not the only thing. So for example, here you can see is digital, physical, SNS, YouTube, SNS, TikTok. So right now, you have to be looking at the videos on TikTok with the sound Killing It Girl. It has to be the one featuring Glorilla on TikTok, not the one solo version. So Killing It Girl on TikTok, it has to be this version with Glorilla. And you have to like, comment, just watch those TikToks. Just stay there some minutes every single day. And the same on YouTube. You have to watch the music video, and all of that helps with the numbers here. And I mean, we're not doing wrong. So that's the other thing. People just focus on the bad, on all the bad things. But as you can see here, SNS YouTube is not bad. Like, look at this number. It's 281 points compared to first place that only has 98 points. So we are getting remixes and we're getting choreography version music video. We're getting all of these videos. So all you can do is just, actually, let me show you. So on Bangtan TV, this is the easiest thing for me. So go on Bangtan TV and then go over here on discography. So on discography, you can see Killing It Girl, Echo, Mona Lisa, Sweet Dreams. Just look at this playlist, Killing It Girl, beautiful playlist. Just play all of these videos. Just leave these playlists over there playing. Like, you don't have to do anything else. Just play these playlists. That is it when it comes to YouTube. Now, when it comes to TikTok, like I said, just go to the audio of the song and scroll. Mm, wait. Okay. Yes, because some people are talking about the cloning apps and if we should do it or not. I don't know if it was for M Countdown, but I do know that there were certain times when I remember that we were losing the votings, and then the app, or I guess M Countdown, or I don't remember if it was M Countdown or any other platform, but they said, yeah, this fandom is using cloning apps, so we're deleting all of those votes. We're deleting all of those votes. So I don't like to cheat. Um, I would just ask for my friends' phones and both. It was Mama. I think it was not just Mama, or maybe it was. I don't remember. But yeah, cheating is never good. What if they end up deleting the boats? I would rather just have a lot of devices and get a lot of devices from my friends and both on their phones. So yeah, like I mentioned, it's not just about voting. Voting is just 1,000 points. Look at digital. Look at SNS, YouTube. Look at TikTok. That is 5,000 points for digital. 1,500 points for SNS. We have to have those 1,500 points for SNS. So that means you have to look at the videos on YouTube and on TikTok. J Hope is going to be there. Please, please. Bora, you download an app to your friends' phones without asking them? I do ask them. I say I'm going to vote for BTS real quick. And yeah, and that's it. Is digital like streaming on Spotify, for example? Yes. So digital, you can see here, digital says Circle Global K-pop chart, data compiled from the following platforms charts: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Melon, Genie, Flow, Vibe, Bugs, TME chart. So a lot of these platforms are from Korean streaming platforms, and unfortunately, we have to we have to consider the fact that Killing It Girl is 19 plus, is age restricted. So we are at a huge disadvantage already. But you can stream on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music. So please, there are other platforms. Is there a way to vote from computer? Yes, you can vote from your computer. It's from different devices. Just click on the link that I have on the description box. And no physicals as well. Yes. Do you have a playlist for the song? So I was not able to make a playlist for the song, but guys, it really is very, very simple. You don't have to create your own playlist. You can just go to Spotify, for example, and just type Killing It Girl. And then you go to playlists. And then you can see so many playlists being created with Killing It Girl being repeated. M Countdown is for phone app. Mm, but you can still do it on a laptop. I have done it. Okay. So this is the first thing that pissed me off, the M Countdown thing. How there are tutorials on my description box. So on my description box, there is a link. There are links for all these platforms that you have to download. And in the end, it says tutorials. And then it's a tutorial. There are tutorials from an account called Boys with Love. But being completely honest, for M Countdown, I didn't need a tutorial. It is that easy. It is that easy. Okay. Twitter has lists. Yes. Oh, that's the other thing that I didn't mention today, but I did put it on my community post. So you know how you can only vote 5 times per device, and it depends on the platform as well. How many times you can vote? I believe that for Mubeat and other platforms, you have to watch ads. So you collect points and then you vote with the ads that you have watched. Another way of getting those points without watching ads is voting on polls on Twitter. Here. So just look for these Twitter polls of different accounts that they are going to, yes, you can buy points as well, which is so stupid. But anyways, um, these accounts vote for you depending on who wins these polls. So there are many, many threads on Twitter. So just make sure to vote for every single one that you can find. It's honestly frustrating at times because what's the point in having 80 million subscribers and they can pull through for you? So I was thinking about this a little bit because I don't know how to explain this, my opinion, without coming off the wrong way. I saw someone on social media saying that, oh, like 13 million people watch J Hope's concert online and they are not voting. And it's like, first of all, not those were not 13 million people. Those were 13 million people who enter the site and then they leave or something like that, but it's not 13 million. Yes, there was a total of views, exactly, not 13 million people. That's number one. Number two, a lot of armies, and you have to accept this. You have to accept this, please. Every single person who just listens to BTS, that doesn't mean that they are hardcore army or that they even know about all of these voting things. So many people don't know. I know armies that I consider they are armies, but they just don't know. And people say, oh, but like it's all over Twitter. And it's like, they don't have Twitter. They don't have Twitter. Or like, even if they come across a video on TikTok or a comment on YouTube saying, vote for Jacob, vote for Jacob, they would be like, for what? Vote for what? For M Countdown, I don't even know what that is. They don't know. And there are just so many armies that are like that. And I do consider armies because they love BTS. It's just that they are not um yes, a lot of casual listeners. A lot of casual listeners. And maybe it's because of that that we have high points on SNS YouTube, because those are the armies and the casual listeners that watch those videos. We have to accept that they don't understand the K-pop voting culture. Yes. We have to accept that. And we also have to accept this. Voting for these shows is very annoying. We have to accept that because M Countdown is very disappointing personally to me, because M Countdown, it was extremely easy to vote for this one. It is super easy. But a lot of people are already saying, like for the ALLCHART and LiNC, those platforms are a mess. I still have to figure it out. And I'm going to. I'm going to figure it out. And we are all going to figure it out and we're going to vote. But a lot of fans don't just want to do all of that. LiNC is easy. Okay, so ALLCHART was the one that was difficult, right? Because people were mentioning that. And being completely honest, I don't have ALLCHART on my phone. I have Mubeat, I have Mnet Plus, but I don't have ALLCHART. ALLCHART is a mess. I have Mnet, but there is always a problem. That is interesting because Mnet for me is so easy. Like, it was always easy for me to vote on Mnet. It is very, very clear. But I guess for some people it can be difficult. Yes, and sometimes you have to people can pay to vote, and that is just so ridiculous. And we have 3 days of tracking. Hmm. All charts sound terrifying. Believe me, at least like the first thing that you need to do is Mnet Plus and Mubeat. Those are pretty easy. Those are pretty easy. So please just do it. Once again, J-Hope is going to be there and perform, and he's going to be standing there looking at the numbers. He's going to be there. Please, 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 please. And also, I saw some conversations on social media about, oh, like all armies would never let this happen. I here's the thing. Where are those all armies then? Where are those all armies then? I believe that the ones that are pushing a lot is actually dynamite armies, because or even newer armies. Like, for example, on this channel, I've made several polls about when did you become an army? And I realized that a lot of you guys are hiatus armies. So from 2022 to today. And you are the ones who keep repeating, like, vote, mention the voting, and you guys tell me all the time. So it's like the new armies, a lot of the new armies are working a lot with this, working really, really hard. So yeah, where are the old armies who would never let this happen? I mean, I don't know if I'm considered an old army. I think I'm considered a new army, 2019. But yeah, I don't know. In the end, it doesn't matter. It's easy to say, I voted and you didn't, and I hate you all. And it's like, I hate when people talk like that. I think we need to let every army know how what our situation is. we are at a big disadvantage already because it's 3 days of tracking. So we have to do an extra effort. This is not your regular voting like you've done like every other time. It is more difficult. You're old, Bora. I guess for some people, 2019 is old. Um, but yeah, I mean, this cannot happen again. And I know that people also hate that phrase because it's like, we'll do it next time. But it's like, what else can we say? I don't like being a negative person. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I'm very, very frustrated. 2019 is young in my mind. And then I realize it's 2025. Yes, it is 6 years. It is 6 years. So I guess it's old, but not that old. Because there are some armies who are like older than 2019. Okay, so this is just one thing that pissed me off. There are other things that happen that also piss me off, but um usually when things like this happen, I just try to ignore them and focus on the positive. But because I'm already talking about this, I want to talk about the other things as well. Because why not? You know, everyone is pissing me off, so let's just talk about every single thing. Why not? So while you vote and stream and collect those points, you have to watch the ads. So while you do all of that, let's go to the next one. Get it off your chest. Yes, because so many times I see all of these crazy things happening and I say, no, like there are positive things happening. So I'm going to focus on the positive. But we're already talking about this. So we're going to talk about everything. Here's number two. So we all know by now um, that J-Hope danced with this dancer, professional dancer. And wait, here. So she posted the professional dancer that J-Hope danced with. She posted this. It says, Killing a Girl choreography version out now. I'm so incredibly honored. I don't think words can even do it justice right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sienna, Todd, getting to do your choreography on this one was so special for me. I've looked up for you both. Um, I've looked up to you both for so long, and I hope I made you proud. And thank you so much to these people for all your help with choreo as well. So she's basically thanking everyone. She's thanking the dancers, she's thanking the stylist, and then she says, and to J Hope, I think it's safe to say we killed it. I've had so much fun dancing with you. Thank you. And thank you, Army. I am overwhelmed by all of the love. I know I'm new here, so thank you for making me feel so welcome into your world. I appreciate you all. So, this, first of all, I didn't follow her. So, I read this on Twitter because people were like sharing this message and it was like, oh, like so wholesome. She's thanking armies and thanking J Hope and thanking specifically armies for all these all of this overwhelming love, and she feels welcome into the army world. That's what she's saying. A very, very sweet message. um and then people started reminding me of something and it was like, "Ah, yes." So let's put this into context. She is dancing with J-Hope this specific choreography that is very sexy, very personal, very close. And still, she is thanking armies because she's receiving all of this love. And yeah, like she's very being very sweet about it. And then people reminded me that when J-Hope had his Sweet Dreams music video, the what's it called? The girl who was part of the music video was this girl, and she she did the complete opposite. She posted this TikTok which says, "Me because the BTS army is bullying me." And I was just so confused. So I was wondering, and so many armies were wondering, where, like, what, how, where are those comments? Like, I cannot find anything. It was yes, very out of nowhere. And once again, that pissed me off because it reminded me that I just don't understand. Like, you were not even you were barely there in the Sweet Dreams music video, and I cannot see anything really, like, nothing hateful. Very James Corden of her. Are the bullies in the room with us? That's what everyone is asking. Who bullied you? Girl, no one bullied you. Like, I even remember that no one talked about her until she posted this. No one talked about her until she posted this. And they were like, okay, but where? Like, who is bullying you? Because I couldn't find anything. She probably deleted them. Then why would she post? Why would she write in the description, "This is a joke. Use context clues. I'm happy that you lot were playing along." What is the joke though? Like, what is the joke? Me because the BTS army is bullying me. But hey, that is a joke. What is the joke? That armies are bullying you, but not really. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. I think you just wanted attention, like rage bait. 1000%. That is my opinion as well. Wait, where's my sound? That is also my opinion. Because there was no hate at all. And it's like, if I actually received hate, like, where I would show proof at least, especially after all these comments. But no, she just didn't receive any attention. So she said, "Oh, like the army is bullying me." Oh, the boo. Yeah. So I was reminded of that. Stephanie, thank you so much. Hi, Bora. Happy Monday, because I don't have to work today and hang out with you all. Also, it's my first time hearing this girl, but who is you? Happy Monday, Stephanie. Thank you so much. And amazing that you don't have to work today. Tomato, tomato. Exactly. Exactly. I was very, very confused that I was reminded of this because of the sweet message by the Killing It Girl dancer. Now, another thing that bothered me about this entire situation, because this is like a wholesome message, right? There was this tweet. Look, it has 379,000 views. Okay. And this is not the first comment like this that I've seen. I've seen many, not many. I've seen like 3 of these. But it says, "I hope Alisa is a good person. I cannot handle any more heartbreaks. I already love her." And it's like, oh my goodness, what is this obsession with armies of standing every single person who works with BTS? I just don't understand. First of all, I can clap for this dancer, okay? I can clap for her and say, like, she's a very good dancer. But going out of my way to, like, how did people find her Instagram? I remember that before she was even in the music video, people already found other videos that she posted and her account on TikTok and Instagram and her videos on YouTube. And it's like, How do you have time to do all of that? Like, that is crazy to me. And it's like, okay, maybe you're a fan of dance or whatever. That has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with anything. Like, why? What is this thing about? No, like now I love this dancer because she danced with J Hope and I'm in love with her. And if she ends up being a bad person, it would be a heartbreak. And it's like, it's too much. Like, I personally can't. I can't. If you want to do all of that, go ahead and do it. It's just that it becomes annoying because people know the names of every single backup dancer and and their accounts on social media and oh, like, look, they did this and that. And it's like, I just don't understand. Sometimes I am curious where else they worked, but to like follow them and wish they were good people, like, I'm a fan of them now. It would be a heartbreak if they were a bad person. It's like, oh my goodness, I can't. I really can't. And it's like, I'm sorry. It's just, I don't want to say it, but thank you and why. Thank you and why. Sometimes it feels like it is kind of the K-pop multi mentality. And I know that I have a lot of K-pop multis here on the chat. So it's nothing against you as a multi. Like, you can be a multi-stan. Go ahead and be a multi-stan. I personally, technically, I am a multi-stan of rock bands. So I guess you can say that. I follow and listen to a lot of rock bands. So it's nothing against that. It's just about this like mentality of, oh, like, I have to follow as many people as possible, and um and not just that, but I am a stan. To me, being a stan is something different than just being a casual listener. Sense of community. I love creating communities online. That is why I started the streams. I felt like doing just the videos, I felt very disconnected with you guys. So I started doing the streams. It's easier for me to connect with you guys. It's fun to have a community online. But it comes to a point when I genuinely say from the bottom of my heart, try creating communities in real life. Because this thing of standing so many things online, it's too much. It's too much. That's kind of weird that people follow everyone that BTS works with. Like, you don't have to do that. You really don't have to do that. And not just following them because, okay, maybe you are a dancer and maybe you really enjoyed Alyssa's dance. You believe that she's a very professional dancer and she can be very sweet with her message for armies and all of this. So you decide, you know what? I respect her work. I like her dancing, so I'm going to follow her. Maybe you can do that if you really appreciate her dancing. But to expect, like, no, like, I am now a fan of her and such a fan that I hope she doesn't disappoint me. I hope she doesn't disappoint me. It is a weird thing. It is a weird thing. I just. And why? Thank you so much for your comment. This might not be the place, but it upsets me that some army about everyone, but shut up when there are Zionists and bad people around them. This might not be the place, but it upsets me that some army. I think you're missing a word there because I don't understand. Care. Okay. Care about everyone, but shut up when there are Zionists and bad people around them. Here's the thing. To know all of that, you need to go and investigate who they are and who they follow and who they like. I don't do all of that because I genuinely don't care. I know that BTS are good people, so I follow BTS. Now, if I want to follow anyone that is close to BTS or working close to BTS, because this is still a business relationship, people need to understand that as well. It's not like, you know, that every single person working with BTS is not going to be end up being like Chris Martin or Halsey, you know? Those are their close personal friendships. But that is two in hundreds that people have worked, that BTS has worked with. So no, I even when it comes to Chris Martin and Halsey, I personally don't love their music and them as artists. So I just don't go and follow and like investigate who do they follow on social media. Do they believe everything that I believe in? Like it's a crazy thing. Like even Coldplay, yes, even Coldplay. I don't know. I don't follow them like that. I'm sorry. I follow BTS and I care if BTS are good people. And I know that they are good people and that's why I follow them. But only them. Not every single person that works with them. I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm not doing background checks on all of them. Stephanie, thank you so much. They treat it as if BTS likes them, then I like them. They're only in one video, so we don't know anything about these people. And if it comes from the members that they like this person, then cool. Exactly. So, for example, we know that BTS can say that they like every single person that they work with. That means nothing to me. I do know that the real friendship that BTS has is with Chris Martin and Halsey. Chris Martin is part of their book, like the only artist that is part of their book. So I know that Chris Martin means a lot to BTS. Like there's a close friendship there. The same with Halsey. They talk about each other all the time and they hang out all the time as well. But just because they are close friends, that doesn't mean that, I mean, I respect their friendship, but I'm not going to do all of this. Like, I'm sorry. I don't like Halsey's music, so I'm not going to follow her. That's the end of the story. That's the end of the story. Like, I'm so sorry. I like their friendship. I like that BTS has close friends in the industry, but I'm not going to follow them. Like, I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care. BTS have only professional relations with all these people. This is nothing more than job contracts and relationships. They got the job done, got paid, saying kindly goodbye, and that's it. Yes, I agree. Because sometimes it is hard to admit that this is an industry and they need to work with other people. They need to work with other people. It's almost impossible to do all of this on your own. They have to work with other people, and maybe they are going to be artists that you don't like. TanyCat613, thank you so much. If people have this much time investigating everyone BTS work with, they should go vote. We lost 2 times already. Hobby's performing soon, so please vote everyone and stream. Um, so soon, please vote everyone and stream. Yes, I left the links on my description box. It is very very urgent, like I mentioned in the beginning. And yeah, like I'm so sorry. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be completely honest, guys. I vote when armies tell me to vote. That's number one, because I don't really pay attention to all of this. I pay attention when armies are talking about it. So this is very, very important. So we need to please concentrate and vote more than ever because we're a huge disadvantage. And why am I mentioning this? Because I don't really pay attention to their personal lives like that. Like even when it comes to voting, that is next level of being an army. It's not just being on social media and liking like cute videos of BTS. That is the casual army. The more hardcore armies are the ones who promote voting and vote like a lot of times and do the background checks and everything. And it's like I don't do all of that. But the background checks are unnecessary. The voting is more necessary. That is the good side of army, the hardcore armies. There have been so many award things that have been happening I had no idea about. Yes, also another thing that happens to me is that I vote for something. So for example, I remember that for Don't Say You Love Me, um, I vote for one thing and people say, remember to vote on this. And it's like, but I already voted, so I don't need to know this. And people, then I realize, no, it was another voting. And it's like, then it's more complicated. It's more complicated than it seems. Army now, I won't call them army. They just focus on their personal lives more than streaming and voting. I mean, so many armies focus so much on their personal lives, like newer fans, because that is normal in other fandoms. For example, think of any other fandom in the Western music industry, for example. People know who they're dating and their friends. And I'm sorry, I genuinely don't know all of that. I remember that Namjoon and J-Hope posted pictures with one specific person. And people were like, oh yeah, like this person is a choreographer for this and this and this. And this other person was a guitar player for this performance and he worked on this song. And it's like, how do you know all of that? Like, I'm so sorry. I don't know all of that. I don't know all of that. I genuinely don't care. I like to know, talk to me about interviews, music videos, songs. I mean, I guess the most like quote unquote useless information that I know it's about the interviews. For some reason, I know every single interview that BTS has because I love watching the interviews. But then I know all about the music and the hidden songs and all of that. Ask me about that. But I even have trouble remembering their ages because it's such a personal thing that I kind of remember, but also I don't focus a lot on that. I focus on their music. I focus on their promotions, on the interviews, on the shows that they go to. That is what I'm quote unquote obsessed about. I don't know the guitar player that is a friend of J Hope who hang out with him on September 2nd of last year. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm sorry. I don't care. Because people sometimes are like, I say, I don't know who this is, or I make a mistake because I say, I believe this is this person, but I'm not sure. And people are like, how can you not know that that is that person who worked with Jen on that song? And he's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. Ask me about BTS. I don't know. Okay, so that was the second thing that pissed me off. Here's the third one because we have more. Please normalize not knowing every single aspect of an idol's life. Yes, my sister says that I am obsessed with BTS, and I agree with her. I am obsessed with BTS because I know so much about them, but I genuinely know, like I mentioned, songs, music videos, interviews, all that kind of stuff. It's all in my head. Like I know, I remember like from which era and the year and the month and the show and the interview and all of that kind of stuff. Like I'm obsessed with that. You don't have to be an army, but personally, I am obsessed about all of that kind of things, all of those kind of things. But the rest, like their friends, their guitar players, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm just not interested. I don't care. I'm scared. How long is this list? It's not that long. It's not that long. It's just that so many things have been happening this past week. And I wanted to focus on the positive, like OT7, reunion, Hope on the stage. I wanted to focus on all of that, so I ignore all of these things. But I want to talk about these things today because why not? Here's number 3. So the day Jungkook was discharged from the military, there was this news that said a Chinese woman was caught by the police while attempting to break into the house of BTS's Jungkook, who was discharged from the army the day before as a sergeant. The Yongsan police station in Seoul is investigating a Chinese woman in her 30s, Miss A, on charges of attempted home invasion after she repeatedly pressed the front door password at Jungkook's house in Yongsan-gu at around 11:20 p.m. on the 11th. And as you can see here, this is the actual footage of the woman, I believe. That is what is being shared. The police who received the report arrested Miss A in the act. It has been determined that she stated that she came to Korea to see Jungkook, who was discharged from the army. The police are investigating the specific circumstances of the incident. And as you can see here, someone posted the videos that this woman shared. Apparently, it's stalking videos, and an army said take it down, and the account responded no, and then the army said it's privacy, and the account said don't care what you think. Excuse me, what are these people? We have to call them what they are. These are stalkers. These are stalkers. They were arrested by the police. And you are sharing this video like, oh, I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think. So you don't care what Jungkook thinks. That's what you're saying. These are stalkers. And there is a clip of Jungkook on a Weaver's Life, I believe. And I'm sorry if I'm mistaken, but I believe it's a Weaver's Life. And he says like, you stalkers or sasangs, which is the Korean word, like you sasangs, get out of my house. And you still don't care. I genuinely hate you all. I hate people like this. And for you to have the BTS Festa profile picture and the little 7, no. 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 Because I can already say, right? This woman in her 30s is a crazy person. She's a crazy person. She deserves to be in jail. We can say this is a crazy person, blah, blah, blah. But people are sharing this content. People are sharing it and they refuse to take it down. And I just don't understand why. Why would you refuse to take it down? This is private. This is a video from a private location. Bora, you need a soundbite of Jin saying, "Hey, stop it." Listen, I'm going to have those sound bites, hopefully for Wednesday. Stop it. They are rage baiting? I think so. How do they even know where they live? No idea. No idea. These are stalkers. And then, so these news were from some days ago when Jungkook was out of the military, discharged from the military. And then, I'm not going to say which member, and I'm not going to say where, but more stalkers are following the BTS members, and they are getting information of where they travel. And first of all, they're ruining the surprise, the activities for all of us army. That's number one. Number two, you are invading the members' privacy, because why are you there? How do you know? How do you know? You are a crazy person and you literally deserve to be in jail because there's just no excuse. You're a stalker. So these three, maybe you don't notice, but these three are different pictures and there are videos. There are videos of a BTS member traveling. But how do they know? I don't know. I'm showing you guys the watermark that they have. It seems like this is a Chinese a stalker account once again, and this is their watermark. So if you see a video like with this watermark, just report it. Literally report it because it is these are stalkers. They bought the info probably. Yeah, they definitely did. I don't know, do they get any information from some careless Hive employee or something? Okay, so here's something that I kind of learned about, but correct me if I'm wrong in any of this. But it is something like this. The reason why the airport thing in Korea is so bad compared to other countries is because, for example, maybe you guys have noticed that sometimes when BTS goes to the US, they can leave through a secret door, or not just in the US, in other countries in the world, they can also leave through a private door, a private entrance, and apparently in Korea there's none. And I believe some time ago there was an initiative to have private entrances in Korean airports, but they ended up saying no, we're not going to do that. No private entrances for Korean airports. I believe it's some kind of like there's so much money there with the paparazzi being there and the fan sites, which is it's just stalkers. So why would the airports themselves change that? The airports and the people working at the airports, it seems like maybe they sell the information to paparazzis and these fan sites. So why would they create private entrances? It doesn't benefit them. So this is also on the airport. This is also on the airport. Um, it's a safety hazard. What is a safety hazard? Because I believe as the safety hazard is not having a private entrance for public figures. Because in the US, you guys maybe noticed this. BTS, sometimes people go to the airports in the US and BTS never comes out through those entrances. It's because BTS doesn't like when people are there. So they go through the private entrances. So this is an even bigger problem, I believe, um, than just the stalkers. Of course, the stalkers are a big part of it, and they are the worst, and the ones that I'm sorry, I'm distracted. But yeah, the stalkers are the ones who should be blamed first. Yes, but the airports are also in all of this, and they could have changed this, but they decided not to. In Korea, I think they have to provide the address details when building houses, etc. Hence why people knew Jungkook's address. I mean, yeah, the address thing is almost impossible to hide. But the airport thing, even if fans or the paparazzi know that a BTS member or any famous person is going to be at the airport, the famous person should have an option to just, like in the US, in so many US airports, there are other ways to leave the airport without going through the regular entrance with all of these people. There are ways, it's just that, yeah. Korean public voted against the VIP option. See, that's what I'm saying. So It is very, very frustrating. Do they have that option in Peru? Um, I don't think so, no. They want access to these idols. It's really sad. It is because they don't care about the safety of anyone. And they don't treat these idols like people. Because like I mentioned, people say no, like this member is saying hi at us or whatever, and they look so happy. If they are so happy, why is it that in the US they still decide to go through the private entrances? It's because they don't like it. They just want to be polite. What else can they do? Yell at you just so they can be talked about negatively in these forums in Korea like nonstop? They have to act like, oh, like love you guys or whatever. They hate it. They hate it because in the US, they mostly try to go through the private entrances. Almost always. I've seen so many times armies going there to the airport in US airports, and then they don't see the BTS members because they don't like it. They don't like it. They are very polite, even in military discharge time. Look at Jimin's posts, they didn't like it. Yes, when people were outside the building, the high building, um, it was just they were staying there for a long time. And Jimin wrote on Weavers like all nice, like please for the safety. This is um, a narrow path, and it's very hot outside. So please, just for me, go home. Like very very nice. I don't understand stalkers. Like, do they think that BTS will see them and marry them? Like, some people are really wrong in the head like that, but other people they know what they're doing. They know that what they're doing is wrong. Um, it's just that they don't care. They don't think of BTS as people. So yeah, some are delusional, others are just cruel. They know they're never going to get with BTS. They know they're never going to end up being with BTS. They are just cruel like that. Entitlement, 100%. I actually do know a person who genuinely thinks she's dating Jimin. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so this is the third one. Let's go to the fourth one because it doesn't stop here. Okay, so when Killing a Girl music video was released on YouTube, I believe it was something like this. It was the fastest music video. Fourth, yes, and we're not in the end. Okay, I have more. Um, when Jacob released "Killing It Girl" music video on YouTube, I believe his music video was the fastest to get 1 million views on 2025 in 2025 or something like that. It was a record like that. So of course, different fandoms started, not different fandoms, different fan bases started tweeting. J-Hope's Killing It Girl is the fastest music video to get 1 million views in 2025. And out of nowhere, no one tagged them. No one asked them. The account of YouTube, Team YouTube on Twitter, they responded to one of these tweets. It said, to maintain a fair and positive experience across YouTube, we have systems that verify if views are valid and should be counted. More on that here. And it's like, it's just so annoying because nobody asked them. they were just like, is lurking the word? Lurking? Like they were just, I wonder what were army saying. And as soon as they say it, we're going to be there. We're going to be there and saying, you cannot say that. But when other fandoms do the same, because listen, different fandoms do this. They notice like, oh, look at these numbers. We're going to say this record. We're going to say this number because it's what is showing to us. So they tweet about this number being like, oh, like this music video did this amount of views or it has this amount of likes. And they just post it, even though it's not like official by YouTube. It's still something that we can all watch. So they just say it on a tweet. And YouTube would never respond to them. YouTube would never go to them and say, no, that is false. You need to wait for our numbers. They would never intervene. But when it comes to BTS, when it comes to J-Hope, nobody tagged them. Nobody asked them. Nobody was saying, hey, at Team YouTube, is this real? Nobody was doing that. Team YouTube simply decided to, let's look at the different BTS army accounts and see what they're saying and then correct them. And not even correct them saying, this is actually false. No. They say, to maintain a fair and positive experience across YouTube, we have systems that verify if views are valid and should be counted. Basically saying, that is false because we're not going to count it. So that is false. And it's like, why with BTS? You have not done this with any other self-proclaimed record by other fandoms. They just, and then they deleted it. You can see here, this post has been deleted. Why? Because everyone was like, nobody tagged you. Nobody tagged you. You just wanted to say armies are wrong. This record is wrong, even though every single fandom does this. And also, how shitty is your platform that you have to, like the numbers that we're looking at, those are not like the real numbers. We have to wait or something. It's just ridiculous. And it's also, why do you even care? It's such a random record. Like the fastest music video in 2025 to get 1 million views. Why are you so pressed about this random record from a random fandom account on Twitter? Like if you really wanted to, hey, by the way, this is not like true, you would say it the next day or once the views are already out, once the official views are already out. But no, you decide to go to the fandom accounts, to the fan bases, and say to them directly, even though nobody asked you. And you would never do this with other fandoms. You don't do this with other fandoms. You just do it with this fandom. Why? I've already said my theory on this, but maybe you guys are new because I'm seeing some new names. We all know about YouTube and their ads. So YouTube works with certain labels and certain musical acts to, if you pay YouTube for your ads, allegedly you get all of the views counted. But if you don't, YouTube is going to be very like, maybe we should filter more than with the others. So you guys remember that back in 2021, BTS released Permission to Dance. And when BTS released Permission to Dance, they did a partnership with YouTube. And that one time, YouTube was like, oh, I love you, BTS. All of your views are counted. Of course, all of your views are counted. Actually, I have proof for this. Go to Bangtan TV. Go to Shorts, because the partnership was with Shorts, okay? The regular BTS video here on YouTube Shorts. 1 million views, right? 1 million views, 2 million views. It's usually around those numbers. But when it comes to the most popular videos, they all have to do something with the permission to dance challenge on YouTube Shorts. So YouTube, allegedly, is like, if you have a partnership with us, if you pay us for ads, or if you do this something with us in any kind of way, all of your views are counted. We're not deleting anything. If you work with us, we're not deleting a single view. But hey, you're not working with us, you're not paying for ads. We're going to delete a lot of views because there are a lot of bots. There are actually a lot of bots in your views. So we have to filter them. And it's like, okay, filter this one then. Why is every single BTS YouTube Shorts video from the most popular ones? Why are they all from the permission to dance? Look, permission to dance, 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 permission to dance. All of this is from permission to dance because it's a partnership with YouTube. In this case, YouTube is like, no, actually, all of your views are counted. Every single one of them. 97 million views on YouTube Shorts. We're counting all of your views. Every single one. We're not filtering them. And come on, guys. Like, I love permission to dance, but the permission to dance challenge is not the most famous YouTube short by BTS. Come on. Come on. We love permission to dance, but permission to dance is not bigger than Butter. Permission to dance is not bigger than Who. Permission to dance is not bigger than Seven. Let's come on. Bora, respira. I can't. I'm too angry today. I'm too frustrated. I hate everything. I hate everyone. Everyone is pissing me off. It's just I can't. I'm sorry. Let me calm down with my music. I'm calming down. This is the elevator music that really calms me down. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm more calm. It's just that I can't believe, very, very calmly I'm saying this. I can't believe that the most viewed videos on YouTube Shorts by BTS are the Permission to Dance challenge. I don't believe that is correct. I believe there is a mistake there. And Stephanie, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your comment. Calm down, my daughter. I am calming down. Thank you for your comment. That helps me a lot. Some breathing exercises. Thank you so much. This post has been deleted. Okay. Okay, it has been deleted. Inhale, exhale. There is number 5. Yes. There is a number 5, and that one is the one that pissed me off the most. So if it's too much for you, I'm sorry. But we're going to be calm for this one, okay? So let's go to the 5th one. So this woman on TikTok She posted a video about how she doesn't like Jungkook and Taeyeon's visuals now that they are discharged from the military. So let's hear her out.
I don't like the way Jungkook and Tae look. Oh my gosh. Let me preface this by saying I really don't like change. So Jungkook's been
Okay. Listen to me, girly. I also don't like change. I also don't like change, but I don't like change that revolves me and my personal life. It's uncomfortable when for example, my daily life changes. But you cannot expect something or even have an opinion about change in other people's lives. Why would you even give your opinion about the physical appearance, the changes in the physical appearance of someone else? This is someone else's life. Like, she's trolling. She's not. She's not. She has a lot of videos about this already.
and getting buff for a while even before the military, and I wasn't like super fond of that, but you know what, it's obviously if it makes him happy, who am I to tell you what to do with your body? Then Tay came out and he's all like super buff too, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But at the end of the day, if they're happy, that's all that matters. But I'm like, I don't like change, and a part of me still thinks of Jungkook as a kid, and I know.
Crazy. Why do we even say that? Oh my goodness. Ugh. I can't. I can't. A little kid who's about to be 28. Exactly. Exactly. Which is such a weird thing. So, okay. So you think of Jungkook is still as a kid. Like he's still a kid. And you liked when he was perceived by you as a kid. But now that he's buff, you don't like him. Mm, 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 mm. We need to have a discussion about why we hyper focus on nonsense. There is so much going on, but we allow these women to come into the space. I don't know if you're talking specifically about me, but I spent the majority of the first section of the stream talking about the most important thing, and I left links on the description. It's just that I want to talk about other things as well that are bothering me right now. It's just that every single time that I want to talk about something, there's always someone saying, why are you even talking about this? You should move on and talk about this other thing. I'm going to talk about whatever I want. I already talked about the most important thing, and I spent a lot of time talking about that. If I want to talk about this, I'm going to talk about this. And if I'm rude, I'm sorry. It's just that I'm a little angry today because of the voting, which is the most important thing. And like I said, I ignore these videos every single week. I ignore these videos every single week. But it comes to a point. It comes to a point.
No, he's not. He's an adult, but he's still, the youngest one. But then like Tay beefs up, and I'm like, I think it's because I think of them as dancers so much, and like the big physique doesn't really fit like the dancer kind of body. And I felt like with them all like just kind of slim and trim, they all looked more similar, like body type wise, and more cohesive that way, I guess. I don't know. I don't I love them still, and
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Like, what do you even love about them then? Because if you really love them, even if you thought this like inside your mind or something, um, this could have been your inner thoughts. In any case, if you actually love them and you've thought like that, it would still be very, very weird. But if you really love them, you would at least keep it to yourself. Um, this is classic rage bait, and I hate that it works. I mean, I don't think it's rage bait because usually when there is rage bait, um, when someone creates rage bait, they don't get angry at the hate. They love milking it and they love like, oh, like I'm going to troll you back and I respond this way and I'm like this and all of this attitude. But she is defensive, like she's crying because look at these messages that I'm receiving and look at this hate. And I hate being like, I'm not an army because look at the way you act and look at this hate that I'm receiving. She's crying. She's not like um rage baiting anymore if this was rage bait. So I don't think it is. BTS paved the way. Thank you so much. Speak your truth, Bora. Don't forget to breathe. Yes, you're giving a voice to the frustrations that many, many armies are feeling right now. Thank you so much for your comment. And yes, like I mentioned, I stream it 3 days a week. And it is, I would say, 90% like fun stuff and positive things. But today is not that day. It's good to vent every now and then. Exactly. That's kind of where I am right now because I was so frustrated by the voting thing. I like I mentioned, let me show it. I was planning a very cool and fun topic for today. I wanted to do your predictions for BTS's comeback. And as you can see, I made this thumbnail. It took me a while. It took me like an entire day to do this thumbnail for some reason. It was super fun making this thumbnail. And I wanted to do a community post. And it was going to be fun. And we were supposed to be fun. We were supposed to have fun. But yeah, the voting thing really pissed me off. And I was like, I'm not in the mood to do fun predictions anymore. Like, I cannot be lighthearted or even ignore everything that's happening. So I have to talk about my frustrations today. She must have been one of the people who fetishized Jungkook when he was young and now he's gone mature. She wants him to stay innocent. And you know what? It is very weird that she mentions two people. She mentions that she doesn't like how Jungkook looks now, and she mentions how she doesn't like how Taeyeon looks now. First of all, let's remember that these are the younger ones, but also the person who has been buffed the longest has been Namjoon. He's not one of the younger ones. He's one of the older ones. So what is like what is your fixation on Jungkook and Taeyeon's bodies right now when they are buff? When you say that, oh, like it's just that you don't like that type of body or whatever, then what about Namjoon that he's been buffed the longest? It's creepy. It's hard to say that it's not creepy. It's very hard to say that it's not. Some people say that she seems like a shipper. I genuinely don't know, but I do know that she is a multi. And once again, I know that there are a lot of multis here. So if you're not like this, then it's not about you. It's about the multis that act like this. This fixation on visuals and bodies and body proportions and dieting and all of like this kind of stuff. It's weird to me.
They're amazingly hot, and I would never tell any of them to go away. Just it's the dancer in me looking at them as dancers saying, that's not a dancer physique, but two hot dudes, yeah, for sure.
I can't. The dancer in you. I mean, if she says so. It's just that I would never thought of this, you know? Like I would never in a million years have thoughts like this. And even if I had them, to say them like in a video and everything. They were in the they were in the military. What do you expect from them? They were not dancing there. Yes, it's not like they could have avoided. And even if they were not in the military, they maybe wanted this body. It's their business. Like I mentioned, I'm obsessed with BTS. Like I think about BTS all the time, and I know so many of their interviews, and I love all of their music videos. Like I love BTS, and I'm obsessed with them. But I would never think of this. I would never think of this of like analyzing their bodies, and I like them, and I don't like them, and I like when they were buff or not buff, or it's a weird thing to think about. Like I genuinely never thought of this. To be honest, it's creepy to see a grown woman talk like this. That is the worst part because in any case you would think of this. I'm sorry. In any case, I wouldn't excuse it, but I would expect it from a very young fan. I'm talking like 12 years old. Because you know how there are some fan accounts or fans on social media that are very clearly like very young, and they can think of like immature things, immature comments. I would expect this from a 12-year-old, but from a grown up woman, I just I don't understand. Who is she? No one needs her opinion exactly. And also, I'm not showing you guys her account because we are not going to go to her account and comment because first of all, her comments are closed. She closed the comments, of course. But also, we're just not going to give her those numbers, those views. And like I mentioned, some people think that maybe this is rage bait. Um, Maybe it is, but like I mentioned, usually when there is rage bait, the attitude is different. Like they try to milk it. They try to like still like I said what I said and whatever. But she's more like crying, so it's different. Yeah, shouldn't spread it anymore. Exactly. So that's why I'm not showing the username, and we're not going to look for it. We're not going to look for it. It's a stupid take on her part. Yes. Yes, we're not going to look for it because she keeps going. She keeps going. So we're going to stop it here. It was just something that annoyed me. And yeah, that's it. So, and a friend. Those were the 5 things that pissed me off this week. Like I mentioned, I was never going to talk about these, but the voting was very, very important to me and it was really disappointing. So I just couldn't go on with my regular stream without talking about the voting thing, the voting situation. So, what we're going to do is all of our frustrations, we're going to focus on ignoring all of these people. Let's ignore these women. Let's ignore YouTube and their stupid comments. Let's ignore the stalkers and their stupid, like, these type of accounts. Like, no, I don't care what you think. I'm going to share these videos. Let's ignore people who get obsessed with every single person working with BTS. Let's ignore also people working with BTS who are like, oh, like armies are bullying me and showing no proof at all. Let's focus on this. So this is what we need to focus on. Like I mentioned, here it's here on my account. So usually for these votings, it's not just one thing. It's not just that you need to download the app and vote as much as you can. You have to do it, yes. And we're going to do it, yes. But it's not just that. There are other things. We have digital, physical, SNS, which is YouTube and TikTok. We have the pre-voting, the broadcast, and the live voting. Now, for physical, we're going to get 0 in every single one because there's no physical album. However, we can do something about digital and SNS YouTube and SNS TikTok and the pre-voting. So we can pre-vote. I have the links on the description box of this stream. Please go. And there are tutorials also. There is a link on the description of this stream with a tutorial for all of these platforms. It's not just about voting though. Like it's showing here, for example, for M Countdown, the pre-voting was just 1,000 points. But look at digital, 5,000. Look at SNS, 1,500. So a stream on streaming platforms, it says here Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and all of these other platforms if you have them. If you have them. We have SNS YouTube and SNS TikTok. Just go to the Killing It Girl featuring Glorilla on TikTok, audio, and like them, view them, share them, comment. All of that. All of that goes to the SNS TikTok. And when it comes to YouTube, you just go to Bangtan TV and look here. Discography, it shows different playlists. Killing It Girl, Echo, Mona Lisa, Sweet Dreams. Go to the Killing It Girl one and just play it. Play all of these videos. Look at all of these videos that are going to, these are points. Watch these videos, these are points for those shows. Do you have to have paid streaming to count? No, it's just that when it comes to the paid streaming, it's usually weighted. It's usually less filtered when you pay for streaming platforms. But if you don't pay for a Spotify account, if you don't pay for a YouTube account, you can still stream. And maybe if you stream 100 times, maybe you will not get your 100 streams counted, but at least something is going to be counted. So just stream. Just stream and you are helping. You are helping if you're streaming. Thank you. I never understood the SNS TikTok. So I'm also very new to this, but I've read on social media that SNS TikTok is basically just watching the TikToks under the Killing It Girl audio. And it has to be the Killing It Girl featuring Glorilla, not the one that is solo version. For Spotify, I believe everything counts. For YouTube, I believe everything counts. Just anything related to Killing It Girl on the official platforms. So this list, all of this will count for YouTube Music and digital. Engaging with TikToks, yes. What about live boat? I believe the live boat, it's also on the platform, but that would have to be if we go, what is it? If the pre-voting goes well and all of the numbers look good, Jacob will go to the actual live voting. So yeah, any questions before I go? We have to work on several platforms. Yes, I have here on the description of this video 5 different platforms. We have Mnet Plus, we have LiNC, we have Mubeat, we have ALLCHART, and Fun and Star. There's also a link for tutorials for all of these platforms. So please, it's very, very easy. And like I mentioned, this is a special week because J-Hope is performing. J-Hope is going to be there, standing there at the winner ceremony. It is very, very urgent. J-Hope is going to be there. Elaine, thank you so much. Para un té de manzanilla para calmar el enojo de Borita. I'm trying my best and I want to believe that many other armies are trying to, hopefully. Yes, I do know for a fact that so many armies are working really, really hard on the voting. I know because I see them all the time. It's just that we are at a huge disadvantage. And even though there's a big group of armies who are working, there are still a lot of armies who are just not voting at all. Stream together using devices. Yes. Hannah, you want to say something? You told me, you sent me a message. Okay. Let me show this before I go. Oops, I don't have a background here. This is not 7 anymore. Let me show this one more thing, guys. Okay, so I was sent this by Hannah. Let's see. What does it say? Voting for J-Hope, K Music Show appearances, M Countdown Mnet app, tracking period Monday to Saturday, Korean Standard Time, pre-voting. Let me make this bigger. So the pre-voting, this one I believe is over. Air date live voting Thursday 6:15 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. KST. End time is variable, and Thursday at 5 a.m. Yes, so that's what we explained: the digital, physical, SNS, pre and live voting, and the broadcast points. Here are some Mnet voting tutorials. I will probably link them on the description of this video. Okay, so this is M Countdown. Bora, will we have a discharge notice for Yoongi? I have no idea because Yoongi's case is so different to the others that I believe he's not going to get a regular discharge. So I don't know if a discharge notice, but something, maybe a notice of some sort. Bora, there's another app for Inkigayo live voting. It's called Higher. Oh my goodness. It becomes more and more complicated. Okay, so I'm going to look for it and link it on the description box. So like I mentioned, for other opportunities for points, post with official sound on TikTok or YouTube Shorts. Yes, so right, I remember this. You have to also post TikToks with the sound "Killing It Girl." So just do it. Like if you don't like it on your account, you can even delete later, but just post videos with the sound, with the "Killing It Girl" featuring Glorilla sound. Stream music video on YouTube, stream on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music. M Countdown has been the most favorable to BTS members in Chapter 2 because digital music point up to 5,000 are more heavily weighted towards global streaming platforms, not just K charts. That's why we had to also stream. Music Core Mubeat app. So the tracking period starts on Monday 12 a.m. KST to Monday 11:59 a.m. KST. So what, the same day? Pre-voting is Tuesday 6 p.m. so it hasn't started yet. It's about to start to Thursday 11 a.m. KST. Air date live voting Saturday around 3:15 p.m. KST, subject to change. Sunday 2:15 a.m. ET. Okay, so this is good to know. The points for Music Core. J-Hope's also going to perform here. We have digital, physical, SNS, pre-voting broadcast, and viewer committee. So the digital is the Circle digital chart. So we cannot do anything about that, right, guys? Physical Circle album chart, that will probably get 0. Please confirm me, guys, if we cannot do anything for Circle digital chart. That will be just K armies, right? So much information, it's overwhelming. Yes, I'm trying to read this. Nobody knows? Okay. SNS music video views on YouTube. Okay, so YouTube counts for Music Core. So just watch the music video in this list. This list is on Bangtan TV, guys. Here's the Mubeat app voting tutorials. Collect up to 15 points per day. That's case side stuff, apparently. Yeah, so we cannot do... The streaming won't count for Music Core, it looks like. But it does count from YouTube. So just watch the music video on YouTube. Live voting, maximum of 5 times vote per account. Must exchange 30 heartbeats per live vote, 150 heartbeats total. Live voting tickets expire every 7 days. Okay, so this is very specific, but I remember that other times when I voted for this one, I just did my best. Like I watched the ads, I got points, and then I voted. Watched the ads, got points, collected the points, and then I voted. I don't know how many times you can vote, but just start doing it. Start watching the ads so you can collect them. Collect the heartbeats. Live voting tickets expire every 7 days. When completing pre-voting, you want to calculate how many heartbeats you'll be able to earn Thursday to Saturday KST to have 150 heartbeats to exchanges for live vote. Just go to the Mubeat app and watch the ads. Heartbeats lost me. It's like points. It's like tickets. It's like you watch an ad, you get heartbeats, and then with those heartbeats, you vote. So just watch the ads and collect. Bless you. Thank you so much. Pre-voting is unlimited heartbeats. But you want to save enough for live voting if we are in contention. Heartbeats expired 90 days from obtaining, so it's helpful to start collecting 3 months out from a major release or as soon as you can. Okay, good to know. Just start watching the ads, guys. Start watching the ads and collect those heartbeats. Next, we have Inkigayo, collect daily link and hire apps. Tracking period, Monday, 12 a.m. KST. Actually, I'm going to leave this link on the description box as well. It's very detailed. Pre-voting, Monday to Saturday and Sunday to Friday. Air date live voting, Sunday around 3:30 p.m. KST. So here's what's important. The points. It's digital, Melon, Genie, Flow, Circle Global, K-pop for points, and Circle Digital for eligible. So I believe we can also not participate for the digital points because I don't see a Spotify, I don't see Apple Music. So people are saying do not use VPN. So I guess we need to focus on the other factors, not digital. For SNS, we have YouTube and physical circle. SNS is YouTube. So once again, our views from the music video are extremely important because those will count. Physical circle album, so that would be 0. Broadcast, the number of times the song and music video is played on SBS TV and radio. So I guess we cannot do much about that as well. Pre-voting, link app, Korean and global. So we can do that. I left the link on the description. And live voting is the higher app. That's what people told me. Okay, so link is for the pre-voting and the live voting is the higher app. I'm going to leave this document on the description. Yes. So just give me a second before I actually I think I have it here. No, I don't have it. Just give me a second so I can copy the link. Voting for J-Hope K Music Show appearances. 10 votes per day during each vote requires 10 fan points, 2-day max collection, or buy gems to pay for max 10 votes. What? 10 votes per day during each vote requires 10 fan points, 2-day max collection. Okay, so during 2 days, you have to collect points and then you will get 10 votes. That's what I understand. And you can vote 10 times. Live voting is the higher app. Why? I can't with them. Why do they have one app for the pre-voting and another app for the live voting? It makes no sense. If it's one show, it has to have one app. And the end. Why is it so much? For this one, you have to download one app for the pre-voting and another app for the live voting. And I just don't understand why. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Collect up to 50 these things per day or buy a diamond. I think both can be used for live voting if this works like the older app, Superstar X, trying to confirm. Okay. Inkigayo is very K-chart oriented. The only time I remember winning in chapter 2 was for Like Crazy, maybe 7. During BTS chapter 1, voting was on Idol Champ. And we did much better there. Yes, because I think I've never voted for Inkigayo. Like I cannot remember the Inkigayo voting. Me voting for Inkigayo. I don't remember. I remember Mubeat and M Countdown. Okay. So let me leave this. I want to leave you guys the link of this in the description box. Come on. How do I? It's a document. Can I leave a PDF document on the description box? How do I do that? This was done by MEMMM. MEMMMM. So credits to MEMMMM. Oh, this is good to know. Every 1.5 thousand TikToks, it's 5 points. Every 150K views on music videos, it's 5 points. So okay, so that's good to know. Let me put this in the comments very quickly, just so you have an idea. So we can get some points there. with the music video views and the TikToks. So you have to create TikToks. It's not just watching them. Open the PDF on your browser, then copy the link. Okay. Let me write here. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. Maybe if I show it to you guys right now and you can, I don't know, screenshot or something. What about Twitter? I don't know how to. I can share the Google link. Yes, please. Because I can't. I don't know. Okay, so let me show it at least like this. So this is page 1. This is page 2. Hopefully you can read it. You can read everything. This is page 3. It's only 4 pages. And page 4. It's basically 3 pages. So hopefully you can read it. Hype up TikTok dance videos. Yes, all TikTok videos. Okay, so I will receive the link that I can share and I will put it on the description box. Can someone put the link in the comments and then Bora can pin it to the top? Yes, I need a shareable link. I believe Hannah is going to upload it somewhere and then she'll share the link. And yes, I can hear you. Still, here's once again the screenshots. Okay, so while we do that, remember that the links for other for all these platforms are in the description box of this video, and there's also a tutorial link in the description. But for this specific document, which is very, very specific with pictures and everything, I will share the link somehow. I will get a link and I will share it somehow. Why? So apps. So it's 5 different apps to download. Yes. Actually, now I believe it's like 6 because one of these, there's one app for the pre-voting and another app for the live voting. And I didn't even know about the live voting. Maybe a community post with a link. That would help. I can do a community post. Okay, I believe I have the link now. 1 second. One second. I have it here. Okay, perfect. Copy link. Document. Okay, I believe you can look it up, guys. Look at the description. Can you guys see the document link on the description? Yes. Okay, perfect. Amazing. Okay, so all the links are in the description. I believe I can make a community post as well. Um, However, I don't know how to get people's attention because let me show you. Usually, when I post something on my community post, it gets a certain amount of likes. Okay, so 1,400, not that bad. But I remember that the first few hours, it was like 40 likes. And it was like, 40 likes? I'm talking about something important. It has 40 likes. Um, but yeah, now it's at 1,000, so it's okay. That's my regular likes. 1,400. So yeah, I can totally do a community post with everything. A video on voting. I don't know if I do a video. How can we actually? I don't think I can do a video first of all because there's just no time. If I actually do it, like pictures like this, I don't know how to get people's attention because people who already know that they have to vote, they're going to figure it out and vote. I want to reach out to the people to the armies who were not voting and now are going to vote. How do I do that? Every single time I made so many videos like about how to participate in the fandom and streaming and all of that, but how do we actually get their attention? I don't usually read community posts. Yes, it's usually around 1,000 people, the ones who read the community posts. Now, the ones who actually listen to what I'm saying or read what I'm saying, what I'm asking them to do. I'm subscribed to the channel, but I never see your community posts on my page. That is interesting. The community post is very random. Sometimes they recommend the community post to people who have not watched your channel so they get new people to your channel. You don't want everybody's attention? I mean, I want the attention of armies. Very hidden, by the way. Yes, it kind of is. But anyways, you guys are here and you guys, I know that you're going to vote. So at least from here, if there are 5 points, for example, that would be like 3,000 points from just this community because we have 600 people here. And if each of us votes 5 times, we have to do it. We have to do it. Okay, so now I'm going to actually go. Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah, let's focus on this and remember J-Hope is going to be there. He's going to perform and he's going to stand there. And yeah, we need to do this for him. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday. And remember to vote and also let me know in the comments how you guys are doing. If you have any trouble with any app, please comment. And people who know about that, please respond. Let's work on this together. Let's help each other. If someone has any problem with one specific app, someone else can help them. I can help them. So please leave in the comments if you were able to vote for all of these platforms. So thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.